Oh, groovy, dang you. You put up quick, huh? All right, okay. Well, we just gonna wait for a few more folks to get in the room, and we gonna get started because I got some stuff I want to talk about, some insightful stuff I want to talk about. How's your day been, sir? People texting me. Oh, Ray Smith, Mr. Ray Smith. Oh, you on vacation too, Groovy? Yeah, I'm taking me a minute, man. I told him, man, hold down the fort. I'm gonna take me a little time off. I want to get caught up on some things. I need to just I got a lot going on, but I got a lot of time too. So it works out. Yeah. So big ups to vacations. Wee. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Every now and then, we gotta take some time out and do what do they call it? Self-care. Yeah, you gotta do a little bit of self-care every now and then. These in the building, man. My people, my people, my people. I love y'all showing up. I love it when y'all pull up. I love it when y'all pull up. Just like in Montgomery. But I got some stuff I want to say about that too. And it may not be the stuff y'all think I'm going to say, but it may be the stuff y'all think I'm going to say too. I think I'm going to take a more educational slant on it, a more logical slant, but yeah, I am not going to miss out on the opportunity to make light of some silly Caucasian people. Period. And I was at the club last night. And they were doing it was early. I wasn't in the club late. Somebody was like, because actually I'm seeing about getting my improv troupe in that club. And I talked to the owner, but it was also like open mic stand-up night. And your boy didn't do no stand-up. I was gonna, but I'm like, nah, let me hold off a little bit. Let me come over here a couple more times and see, because they was kicking that they weren't ready for my brand of humor. Let me just put it like that. But when are you ever ready for my brand of humor? Anyway, Diabolical in the building. What's up, big homie? What's up? What's up? We in here. We in the building. And I appreciate y'all showing up early today. Again, so many things going on. So many things going on. One of the gals in my improv troupe is graduating from medical assistant school today. And I'm just, coming to the graduation to support and well wish, what I'm saying? Because they come out when I'm doing things and they show up and support me. So I'm gonna show up and support them. Matter of fact, another young lady in the improv troupe hosts the open mic stand-up. So safe to say I could go and get on that mic anytime I feel like it. I'm having fun. I have fun. I'm busy, but I'm having fun. But I ain't worried about the busy of busyness. You know what I'm saying? It's great when you have people that you work with who will come in and do stuff and hold the fort down. And I don't have to worry, what I'm saying, about my investments and my, my stuff that you have to worry about that kind of stuff. You just in it. But hey, you know what? Enough about me. Look, 70 y'all. Yeah, it's enough. where we want to go first. Where we want to go first. Where do we want to go first? I know. I got all kind of stuff like around. My desk is surrounded with comics and action figures and accessories and stuff. So yeah, it's all right though. I got this right here. You know what? I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. All right. Can y'all see that better now? Is that better? The glare isn't on it. That is the Alex Ross variant cover of Avengers #4. So we get into that action with the Ashen Combine. I still feel like that's a really, 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 really weird name for a group of supervillains. But they ain't no punks. They ain't no punks at all. The Ashen Combine comes from the Impossible City, and the Impossible City seems to be a sentient city. And I don't think that's something that our heroes took into consideration in this book. Review's coming. I'll do a review on the book, and then I will share the spoiler stuff. I ain't gonna share too much, but just suffice to say, it's actually a pretty good read. It's actually pretty good. They got into the action. They finally got into the action. They built up, and the action is not at all what I was expecting, but I did expect the Avengers to have their hands full. And they do. With the likes of City Smith and what is that? Idol Alabaster? And by the way, that big old head with wings and a claw, that's a she. I don't know if that matters, but yeah, that's a she. She is a big. I'll show you a picture real quick. I ain't gonna spoil nothing for you, but I know y'all. If y'all seen my video about Avengers #3, then you know that right there is Idol Alabaster. Wow. Y'all go ahead and put them thumbs up in the. Are y'all still there? Holla if you hear me, y'all. Are y'all waiting on me or y'all? Because the chat is surprisingly still. Anyways, I don't know if any of y'all if you have been collecting the comics, and if you were paying attention, then you did realize that this is the 60th anniversary of the Avengers. The Avengers have been around 60 years as of this year. The first issue of Avengers dropped, I want to say it. You know what? I don't have to do that. I could just look because that's what we do. What am I doing? Texting. See, that's why. You know what I did the other day? Have you ever texted a message to somebody that you didn't mean to text to them? I was in my feelings too, but and they didn't need to see that, and that was my bad. Avengers #1. I know it's 1963. Well, I better put Avengers 1 1963. Otherwise, you ain't gonna get it. Avengers 1 has a cover date of September 1963. And most likely it was actually the cover date is September of 1963. So most likely it was probably released July or August for the September issue. What is your favorite Avengers story or storyline? Or something that occurred in the pages of Avengers that stood out in your mind? Oh, y'all did say. Hey, 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 hey. He said he on vacation. Ray Smith said the Korvac saga. That was during the George Perez run. I pretty much loved everything that went on during the George Perez run. Let's see. Oh, okay, D. Appreciate that. Man, why do YouTube be messing with a brother? They just don't like me and Theo for some reason. That must mean something. Anyway, yeah, the Perez run, the Korvac saga. What else was in the Perez run? Perez's first issue in Avengers was issue 141. And during Perez's run, what did we see? We seen a fight with the Squadron Supreme. We got the introduction of Patsy Walker as Hellcat. What else? We got to meet Nuclo, the mutant known as Nuclo. We also got we learned that Wonder Man had the brain patterns of the Vision. We also got Count Nefaria and amped up Count Nefaria. I thoroughly enjoyed that story because what does it say? The Avengers are there to face the foes no single hero can withstand. Yet during that storyline, I remember Nefaria trying to focus all of his attention on Thor. Maybe that's why he lost. Let me see. Oh, D. Steele, Operation Galactic Storm. Yes, that was a very, 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 very good storyline. Also, The Bride of Ultron. And that was where we first got to meet Jocasta. Yay. So, yeah, Perez was there for a lot. Taskmaster, the first time we ever saw Taskmaster, that was on Perez's run. The asshole known as Henry Peter Gyrick made his debut in the pages of Avengers during the Perez run. The Perez run. Now, George Perez and John Byrne took turns throughout that run. Byrne would do pencils, Perez would do pencils, and I believe it was Steve Englehart and David Michelini that were the writers on a lot of those era stories. I might be dating myself, but I also enjoyed the Kree Skrull War and the Celestial Madonna saga. Also, Avengers versus Defenders. That was cool. John Buscema did the art. Let's see what y'all talking about. Okay, bye. I like the respect he gave to T'Challa. He did. After the initial run and the Avengers came back, Heroes Return, Perez did the pencils. Kurt Busiek and George Perez. And they opened up with that big Morgan Le Fay story where Morgan Le Fay just, I'm here and I flip reality and now the Avengers are my knights and so on and so forth. And everybody was medieval. I found that cool because you got an opportunity to retool everybody's look. And because George Perez is known for cramming characters on the page like that, it was a really cool dynamic. Avengers and JLA. Another good Avengers storyline. Fantastic Avengers storyline. If you ain't pick it up, man, y'all, the trade paperbacks out there somewhere. Y'all need to go pick that up. That's four issues. The first two issues were JLA and Avengers, and then the last two issues were Avengers and JLA. First two issues they fought. Other two issues they teamed up against. I believe it was Krona and not the Grandmaster. It was Krona and somebody. I forget who it was on the Marvel side, but they teamed up and did their thing. It was cool. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all up in here. It involved multiple titles, but still. Okay. Jay, D-Real, have you started the new Blade run, and do you think it's going to... Okay. We'll get to that in Q&A, Jay. But right now, I'm trying to stay on topic. I'm not going to forget your question. I know you're going to remind me during Q&A at the end, and we will hit that question because I actually talked about that last week. How about, hey, Keita, how you doing? Kamoyo Kid in the building. What's happening? Theo B in the building. What's happening? Okay. Everybody, yeah, while y'all saying hi, what I'm doing, for those of y'all that just walked in the door, we are talking about the 60th anniversary of the Avengers, which is this year. Avengers #1 premiered in 1963 with a cover date of September. So right now we are literally in the middle of that 60th anniversary timeline. Didn't nobody know what the Avengers were? Have y'all, did everybody keep up with the Jason Aaron run of Avengers and see Avenger Prime? Did you see who Avenger Prime was? And did you read the story about Avenger Prime? Y'all still saying hi to each other. Anyway, Avenger Prime was Loki. Yeah, Avenger Prime was Loki from another universe. And that Loki was different from all of the other Lokis because he always won. From the time Thor died. Thor dies as a teenager in his universe. Mjolnir flew Thor into the sun. And that's how Thor died. And with Thor dead, that made Odin depressed and sad. And so Loki wrested the Odin force from Odin, and there was nobody to stop it. So he made light work of anybody that could have been an Avenger, anybody that had the potential to be an Avenger. He killed them all. But then he found out he made a mistake because then the Red Skulls and Thanoses of that universe came, and they're like, ha, we can take over now because ain't nobody here to stop us. And because that particular Loki, that Avenger Prime, is also the Sorcerer Supreme of his universe, he actually defeated Thanos, Galactus, and characters of that nature because he didn't have no problem sacrificing lives to do it. And so eventually he goes into this pocket universe, and he said, instead of my motto being no more Avengers, I'm going to try to bring together as many Avengers as I can. I thought that was a great storyline. We was on I guess it was Twitter, X, whatever the heck it's calling itself these days. And somebody was it some girl? She was just talking bad about Jonathan Hickman. And I was like, She obviously never read the Fantastic Four. And then we come to find out, oh, she mad because she didn't like what Jonathan Hickman did with Jean Grey. Well, I get it, but you're on an island. It would be different if she was beefing like everybody was beefing about the guy who was doing this comic book before Professor Ewing. If stuff like that was going on in the Hickman X-Men run, then I could see her being just nasty, but troll. Chad, what's up, my man? In the building. Grand Madam. Hello. How is everybody? These things will say, I like that She-Hulk finally went back to her classic form. Man, I was not liking that buff She-Hulk either. And she was dumber too. I wasn't like, lead the savageness to your cousin. You know, we like you because you're not savage, not because you ain't. She low-key came in hating on recast T'Challa when she had a whole other agenda. Yeah, Theo, I saw that, man. That's why I was like, what in the Sam Hill is this child talking about? But see, I saw you. You went and did your research too. I went and checked her out too, and I was like, she is not followed by a lot of people, and she is following a crap ton of people. Not a good sign, you know. So I get that. Yeah, let them talk how they talk. Let them do what they do. But you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I ain't see no more favorite. Avengers storylines. All I saw was Korvac and nothing. Yeah, that's all I saw. Oh, Operation Galactic Storm. I'm sorry. I say Ray Smith said he also liked Avengers versus Defenders. Do y'all know the premise behind Avengers versus Defenders? Because see, here's the thing. In the 70s, the Defenders were actually a team to rival the Avengers. You had Doctor Strange, you had Namor, you had the Hulk, you had Doctor Strange. Well, Doctor Strange, Namor, and Hulk made up the core. Then you have Valkyrie. Ooh, Nighthawk. Ooh. You know, and then at one point, I think during that run, Hawkeye left the Avengers and joined the Defenders. So, and just like you would expect, they had them little square up moments like Marvel loves to do, superhero on superhero, and they fight. However, though, they're all being manipulated by, all the way back, Loki and Dormammu. Ooh, great in the building. What's up, sir? What's happening? Byron in the building. What's up? What's happening? Y'all just ran in here, man. I love it. I love it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all being in the building. Like I was saying earlier, one of my young proteges is graduating from medical assistant school, and I am going to be there at the graduation to support her. So that is why we getting this in early, mainly because I'm trying to be a good mentor. You know what I mean? I'm trying. But anyway, I suggest going and hanging out at the LCS and picking up some stuff. You know what I mean? Just for old time's sake, for the Avengers, you know, even if it ain't the 1963 run, if it's the Hickman run, if it's the Aaron run, if it's Heroes Reborn, whatever, man, just pick you up some Avengers and show them some love on the 60th anniversary of their existence. And a lot of artists and a lot the writers put in on Avengers. Who is your favorite artist who's drawn Avengers? And who is your favorite writer that has written for Avengers? You got a lot to choose from, family. So y'all could just at any time, just lay it on me. Lay it on me. Cold Tiger in the building. What's up, Efeezy? He in the building. Appreciate you being here today. Appreciate y'all. Did I stump the great Diesel? He said that's tough. I know that ain't tough for you. Say, Lord, the choices. Well, I can tell you right now, period, point blank, without a shadow of a doubt, my favorite artist on Avengers is George Perez. Rest in power. That wasn't hard for me. Now, writers, that's different. Mr. Ray Smith, boom. Kurt Busiek and George Perez. I like that run. I remember living in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I had all of at the time the Busiek Perez run up on my wall. That was good stuff. That's good stuff. Kamoyo saying, "Ooh, Busiek, yes, Kurt Busiek." Now, my favorite work by Kurt Busiek, Astro City. Over in Image, Astro City by far is my favorite Kurt Busiek work. I love Astro City, man. That is a awesome book. Awesome series too, man. It was just and they take little hints from DC and they take little hints from Marvel in their characterization, and you see characters like Samaritan, he looks a lot like Superman. First Family, y'all literally just biting it. But it was Busiek. See, I'm old school, so I'm gonna start calling out like OG writers, man, like Steve Englehart. Steve Englehart. You go back and you look at some of the good stories, the really good Kang Avengers stories. He introduced the Legion of the Unliving. Endures to this very day. So the mark of a good writer to me, you did some stuff that was enduring. You know what I mean? We still talking about the stuff you did, or other writers and artists are still utilizing the things you did. I mean, we could even go so far as, nah, I'm not gonna go there. These Diesel said facts on his Dynamite work. Yes. Kurt Busiek, he's a whole beast. These Diesel say, I don't like BMD now, but his you took it down. You took Mario, what's up? You in the building, baby? What's happening? We just talked about the 60th anniversary of Avengers. I'm asking about, what was your favorite storyline? Who's your favorite Avengers artist? Who's your favorite Avengers writer? So far, everybody is like 100% stumped, or they just riding with Mr. Smith and saying Kurt Busiek, because Kurt Busiek does great work. And I will not argue if everybody's in the chat say Kurt Busiek. Thoughts on Roger Stern? Pivotal work in the 80s. Monica Rambo. Or was that Al Milgrom? I think Al Milgrom was editor at the time. But yeah, Roger Stern did. Yeah, he did some great work. I liked his version of the Masters of Evil. Oh, and I forgot that Masters of Evil story where Hercules gets his ass beat to a pulp, where they beat the crap out of Jarvis and put the whole Avengers mansion in Dark Force. Woo! That was a great storyline. And the storyline before that, and the storyline after that. That was blah 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 blah. What were they calling themselves? Heavy Metal. And it was a team of robots. Test One, Machine Man, the Adaptoid, and I think it was a couple of other ones. And then the Adaptoid became the Super Adaptoid, and yeah, it was good. It was good. Good stuff. Good stuff. We love the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes. Cinematically though. Somebody should have dropped something. I still and or what? Yeah, wasn't it Roger Stern? I don't have to wonder. Monica Rambeau. Monica Rambeau. Yep. She was created by artist Roger Stern. I'm sorry, writer Roger Stern and artist John Romita Jr. First person to draw Monica Rambeau. And that was in Spider-Man Annual number 16. But then and then Dwayne McDuffie did that series on her. Yeah. Monica Rambeau is pivotal right now. I think she's on the come up. Now, here's the thing. If we don't, well, I ain't gonna say we. If the lazy people at Marvel Studios don't double down and put something into Monica Rambeau, not gonna happen. How do you think flagship characters become flagship characters? Exposure. And I've been telling y'all in videos for years. I was tripping on that. I've been doing videos for years. If you don't give an artist the proper exposure, they're never going to become that character. You ain't going to have a character like a Spider-Man if you ain't exposing them constantly. Okay? Because did you know that in the 60s, Spider-Man was not the most popular comic book? The Fantastic Four was. And that's why the Fantastic Four got an animated cartoon. Well, Spider-Man did too. Yeah, but Spider-Man's cartoon wasn't done by Hanna-Barbera. You want to go with a winner. But Spider-Man's cartoon, that first cartoon, nonetheless is classic because it gave us the classic Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Bends a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. And it had that groovy 60s. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I agree, Mr. Smith, and you need a rogues gallery of interesting villains. But hey, we always end up coming here. Buscema. Okay. I see you, Kamal. John Buscema. He passed. Did y'all know John Buscema passed recently? All these artists, man. John Romita Sr. passed in June. Perez passed last year. Man, So these youngins got to come on up. But my homie Marcus is doing it. He's in there. Marcus Williams. Y'all check out his art. He be banging it out for Marvel right now. These things will say my favorite OG artist didn't draw Avengers, but Lionel Yu, Steve McNiven, Stefano Caselli, Marco Cicchetto, and Mike Diodato are my favorites. Mike Diodato did draw Avengers. I think Mike Diodato drew Avengers 2012 run. Either whatever run Fear Itself was on. I think Mike Diodato did some of that art. I know Mike Diodato did art for during the Siege storyline because he made some really awesome. He drew a really awesome picture of Matt Murdock, Daredevil, soloing Hydra, but Daredevil soloed Hydra before in his own book. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Lionel Yu is so, and Lionel Yu did art for Mighty Avengers, New Avengers. Yeah. During the New Avengers era. Bomb. There you go. What I was saying about Daredevil, and we getting ready to have us a real conversation. And for the heads that know, y'all gonna have to talk to me and show me what you know. Now, King T'Challa, Matthew Murdock. This is a fact, y'all. You can say whatever you want to say, but find me the book. Daredevil has never soundly defeated the Black Panther, and vice versa. So, if we're talking about the result of a fight between the two, it has to be based on logic, not anything in a comic book, because there's nothing in a comic book that shows T'Challa kicking Daredevil's ass or Daredevil kicking T'Challa. They both getting nice blows in. They both socking each other, but they ain't destroying. You know what I'm saying? So y'all help me understand. When we say things like T'Challa beat the shit out of Daredevil, what are we basing that on? Are we basing that on our love and respect for that character, and obviously no love and no respect for that character? Or are we basing it on logic? Okay? Or are we basing it on threads? Are we basing it on what we've seen them do? This is a lively live today, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I want to challenge your sensibilities because these are the same arguments that we go through. And I'm going to sum it up for you real quick. Based on logic, based on what I've seen, based on everything, and you can take this how you want to take it, and you can tell me if it does or doesn't make sense. Matt Murdock is the street level Batman of Marvel. Black Panther is the Justice League level Batman of Marvel. Now, I'm not saying that to put nobody in a box. I'm just saying it to give you an idea of what you're dealing with. Could street level Batman kick Justice League Batman's ass? If you think street level Batman can kick Justice League Batman's ass, then Daredevil can kick Black Panther's ass. It is levels. It is levels, Gray, but there is also logic, because here's what you also got to take in mind. What comic book is that fight taking place in? Who's writing that book? If Jason Aaron is writing the book, T'Challa's kicking his ass. If Frank Miller's writing the book, you see what I'm saying? So it's definitely levels to this shit. Where y'all at? Ray Smith said the fact that they are like brothers mean they have never gone all out against each other. That is a fact, Mr. Smith. Kamoyo Kid said T'Challa holds back with some heroes like Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Spidey. Yeah, that is also true. These will say, I kind of saw OG Moon Knight more like bats. What I'm saying, these Diesel, at the end of the day, Daredevil is street level. Daredevil is not Galactic Storm. Daredevil is not Korvac Saga. Daredevil, that's not Daredevil. Daredevil's not that level of hero. I don't see Daredevil doing things on that level. So again, experience plays a factor. Okay, Daredevil in his history, he's had a run-in with Mephisto. He's had a run-in with Blackheart. He's fought like super powered super beings and managed to find a way to come out on top against characters like Man Bull, Mr. Hyde, the Smasher, those kind of people. But it wasn't a Man Bull down, or bam, smash her down. No, you had to do some stuff. You had to lure him somewhere. You had to use your agility to avoid him. Okay, a win's a win, but if we talking about fighters, Daredevil is a super efficient fighter. T'Challa is a super efficient fighter. Now, a lot of people will argue Black Panther knows more fighting techniques than Daredevil does. Commonly, we see Daredevil use what? Boxing, jiu-jitsu, judo, those kind of martial arts that he learned from Stick and picking up what he saw his daddy doing. That's different from being trained to master an art. And even then, that's no guarantee you're going to beat me in a fight. Because guess what? You can only use one technique at a time. Batman can't use 15 different techniques, though they claim he knows 127. He can't use 127 techniques at the same time. I can't do kung fu while I do jujitsu. You gotta pick one and do it. That's why Bruce Lee made up Jeet Kune Do. He didn't want to be constrained. He didn't want to be restricted by the movements and the traditions of traditional martial arts. Okay, I see the chat moving. Ray Smith said, D-Real, I agree with your assessment of street level versus Justice League level. Okay. Zoltar said, right. Whose plot armor they have on? Exactamundo, my dude. Kamoyo said, Daredevil is bats and T'Challa is way more Deathstroke. I get it. 100. Killmonger would murder Matt. Okay. I am not going to argue with that assessment. I am simply going to say, earlier, as I said, Matt Murdock has faced skilled opponents and won. Matt Murdock has faced opponents with equipment and won. Matt Murdock has faced powerhouses and won, but not because he was stronger, had better equipment, or was more skilled. So, yeah. so you can tackle an elephant, bruh. I know pressure points. Invulnerable skin and natural body armor doesn't do anything against pressure points. Ask Luke Cage. He got pressure pointed by Daredevil and T'Challa. So, yeah, okay. Kamoyo said, a T'Challa not holding back is well nigh unstoppable. Well, I am not going to argue with that assessment. This is what I'm saying. All I'm trying to get out there is this. There is nowhere in Marvel Comics, nowhere, where Matt Murdock, T'Challa, square off. One's on the ground unconscious, or one's knocked out, or whatever, and one's standing victorious. Never. That's never happened in all of Marvel Comics between those two. And while I'm on the subject, that's never happened in all, well, take that back. It's never happened between T'Challa and Captain America either, with stipulations. One was not in top form. One was not in the best of health. So you always got that to throw out. You know what I'm saying? Because that scene during Civil War with T'Challa with his foot on Captain America's face, holding his shield, looks so cool. But don't that take place in a Black Panther comic book? Me, myself, I'm pushing for a definitive ass whooping. That's what I want. I want to see. I know it probably won't happen with Black Panther and Daredevil because they're such great friends. But hey, Steve Rogers and T'Challa were great friends at one point too. So anything is possible, y'all. Anything is possible. Let's see what we got here. Cold Tiger said, I know skill set is king, but I would say Black Panther may slight him in strength. My earlier statement. Now, Tiger, if you had said something like he can't get past that vibranium weave suit, that's kinetic energy. So that's different. That's not kinetic energy is energy in motion. Whatever motion you put towards me, my suit absorbs. So that is super ideal for hand-to-hand combat. And I salute Christopher Priest for thinking of that, because, okay, if I'm a hand-to-hand combatant and I'm fighting folks hand-to-hand, if I can absorb the punishment of regular beings, if I can absorb the punishment of superpowered beings, Matt Murdock ain't got that. So he's got to depend purely on skill and plot armor. These teasers said, like you said, it always comes down to writer preference. Ding, 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 ding. Because that's what ends up happening when these heroes have these little skirmishes and have these little bouts and have these little fights. Oh, we saw one book with a couple of frames of somebody get knocked in their mouth. So that means you beat my ass. I used to box. I used to get hit in my face all the time. But guess what? I know how to punish your body. And the people who hit me in my face got their body punished. And wasn't pissing right. So who won? I had a little knot under my eye. Swole up a little bit. That went away in a day or two. You still hurting from your kidney getting hit. You still hurting from your organs getting hit. So who won? You know what I'm saying? And that's what we look at in these books. Oh, he hit him. Oh, he hit him hard. Now, hitting harder makes a difference. If you hit me, pow, and I hit you, boom, then that's obvious. You come back again and hit me, pow, pow, and I go, kaboom, I'm kicking your ass. That's what's happening. That's not us trading blows. Just like when Sam and T'Challa fought, and I had to point that out to the world that, okay, Sam hit him. Okay, but did we forget my dude was wearing vibranium weave? Sam hit him and got knocked through some trees. You know what I'm saying? He hit Sam hard twice. I have yet to see a blow that Sam threw during that fight that trumped the 2 shots that T'Challa gave him. If we going by a point system. I kicked you off a waterfall. Who won? Paul Martin in the building. What's up? Hey, how you doing, buddy boy? D Diesel. If Steve and Tony could squash their beef, anything's possible. Yeah, that is true. But I was thinking more in terms of, just okay, T'Challa having a reason to go all out against Matt Murdock. If Matt Murdock, because yes, they're friends. If they have a fallout and Matt Murdock decides, okay, like with Shadowland, perfect opportunity for T'Challa to step in there and whoop his ass if that was what was supposed to happen. But that's not what was supposed to happen during that storyline, right? Then we can always use the excuse, oh, Daredevil was possessed by the beast. He wasn't in his right mind. And so, you see what I'm saying? On and on and on and on and on. Daredevil fans are going to find a way, just like we going to find a way. You know what I'm saying? Go check out some Reddit threads and see how folks be talking. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Black Panther fans out there, but dang, there's a lot of Daredevil fans out there too. Where we at? Oh, Logan and Scott. We have watched Logan and we have watched Cyclops put them optic. Wasn't it during the John Byrne run? What? But the Byrne Claremont run, and they got into it. Didn't Cyclops hit him with an optic beam and was just like bouncing him in the air? That's a whole different kind of fight, man. You ain't ready for that. You expecting me to go toe to toe with you? Surprise, little Canadian man. You know the writers won't let T'Challa wash their white heroes like that. Okay. I can't argue with that. Just saw something on Facebook supposing Darth Vader in Empire versus T'Challa in Wakanda. They have Wakanda. Okay. Diesel. Okay. I never bought Star Wars characters with lightsabers and Soul Calibur. Okay. Oh, okay. So we getting into that. Okay, I saw Batman beating Darth Vader. You must be referring to Superpowered Beatdown. There is also a video where Darth Vader wins. Hey, he was surprised. Go back and read that book. It was about, I think, they were fighting Proteus, and Logan was trying to let his feelings be known, and Cyclops was like, "You little midget, I'm the leader," and he's like, "It's about time somebody put you in your place." Anyway, with prep time, Matt has no hope. And suffice to say, Matt is a street level hero. And Matt should best stick to street level characters or characters he can handle. You know what I'm saying? Could be a win, could not be a win. Again, like we said, depends on who's writing. But I like to see people fight that can fight. Now, Yeah, yeah. These things are the way I feel about people doing matchups. If folks can go on Reddit and do matchups like that and Comic Vine and all of that kind of stuff, if they can do that there and that shit doesn't become the law, quote unquote, or canon, as it were, you know what I'm saying? I don't pay it no mind. That's that's an asshole with an opinion, and we know about the saying concerning those two things. Everybody got one. Everybody got one. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's what I think. There's a man. Did you see? You know, because the only thing you could do is pull out a thread and say, like for instance, Karate Kid. I'm not talking about Ralph Macchio. I'm talking about Val Armour of the Legion of Superheroes. This motherfucker chopped a mountain, chopped a cliff. Yeah, and the whole cliff fell. So, do we do stunts like that in comics to establish, oh, this is how powerful this dude is? Is it okay to do that or not? Oh, come on, you ain't gonna get no argument there. Unicron is a knockoff Galactus. DC Karate Kid versus Shang-Chi. I'm gonna go ahead and say Karate Kid because Karate Kid doesn't just know earthly martial arts. He knows martial arts from maybe that's why how he's able to chop a fucking mountain, a chunk off of a mountain. Because he knows outer space kung fu. You know what I mean? So nah, Shang-Chi ain't, yeah, nah. Until I see Shang-Chi chop a mountain, until I see Shang-Chi beat up the Hulk, nah. Val Armour got that all day. And y'all know I ain't even no DC fan. Now, you know who won a fight? You know who won a fight and didn't have those skills? Oh, wait, so hold on before I give you this one because this is going to be good. Zoltar says peak human combat genius with heart shaped herb and vibranium equals major threat. Okay, Zoltar, I'm going to challenge you. Daredevil and Matt Murdock in a boxing ring with no gear. Who takes that fight? And I'm not saying in a box. Okay, no, T'Challa and Matt in an octagon. There we go. Because in a boxing ring, you might think, oh, Matt's in his element. No, in an octagon, Matt and T'Challa, no gear, no billy clubs, no energy daggers, no vibranium weave. Who takes it? And before you say, well, it was in Daredevil's comic, but Daredevil boxed with Luke Cage. Again, we get because see there will be no end to this argument if we go that's because of the writer, that's because of plot armor, that's because of this. In reality, you know what I'm saying? So which one you gonna go with? Plot armor, writers, or logic? Logically, a man who can press 400 pounds, that's what Daredevil can press, unless they've changed it, can't face off against a man who can lift more than he can and has more skill. He could probably last for a few minutes due to his agility, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. No, Zoltar, no boxing rules. Octagon, man. octagon. You can do whatever you do. Do what you know, the skills you got, bring them all to bear in the octagon, just like an MMA fight. Who comes out on top? You see what I'm saying? It still depends because folks are still saying stuff. So let's think a little more logically when we're talking about folks squaring off against each other. Like, my favorite example of this ludicrous shit is Spider-Man versus Fire Lord. Anybody know? Anybody been privy to that comic book? Anybody? Spider-Man, yes, friendly neighborhood versus a Herald of Galactus. This Herald of Galactus right here. And one. In reality, logically, you be the motherfucker that can shoot cosmic fire, that can control flame, and is way, 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 way stronger than you. Oh, he used his agility. And he avoided him. Yeah, he was quicker. Yeah. Fucking plot armor. That's like a prime example of plot armor. And Fire Lord was mad. But you be Fire Lord. You be Fire Lord. That's what I mean, man. We got to, you know what? Mr. Smith said, as a Spider-Man fan, I thought that was BS. Okay? Bruh. It's all about the artist. If the artist wants T'Challa to win, he gonna win. If the writer wants T'Challa to win, he gonna win. If the writer wants Daredevil to win, he gonna win. Let's be realistic. If we don't apply logic, if I wrote comic books, everything would have to be applied logically, because that's how we look at things now. You know, I get it. That's very inspirational, and Spider-Man's done a lot of inspirational shit in his comics, but come on. Speaking of impossible fights, let's talk about Montgomery, Alabama for a brief moment. It might be brief. It might not be brief. But I want Batman beating Spawn. That was some bullshit too. I agree. I want to just talk about what hasn't been talked about. Diesel, I just laugh at the T'Challa armbar. Yeah, see, I got y'all on that whip. I got y'all on that. Yes, look at y'all like, that was some bullshit too. Yeah, all of that was bullshit. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, I know we done rehashed and hashed and double hashed and threw some sausage in it on this Montgomery thing. But I don't want to just go out and just like chit chat about the regular BS or any of the stuff that has already been spoken about. I want to tell you about some things that you may not know about that incident. I don't know if Theo covered it in his live yesterday because I know he spoke on it. But we know that brother was an employee of the River Park. The gentlemen who are coming to back his play, at least the vast majority of those, at least the young ones, they work for the Riverboat. Did we know that? No. Do we know the history of that area in Montgomery, Alabama? Cotton trade, slave trade. There are literally buildings in that area that house pens where human beings were kept. So now, do you understand a little better why what happened? You gonna beat up a black man on the docks of a slave port? You gonna beat up a black man after you done sat for 45 minutes being a drunken asshole? You gonna beat up a black man on the docks of a slave port? This is what a lot of people don't understand. I'm on in YouTube comments and other places, and people are, I understand the situation and I would have done the same thing, but he didn't have to hit that lady in the head with the chair. No, he did not have to hit that lady in the head with a chair. But he did. What we going? Oh, if that was a white man and he hit a black lady in the head with a chair, everybody would have been crying racism. Yes. What about this shit ain't racially motivated? Help me understand. Make it make sense. What about this shit ain't racially motivated? And if it ain't racially motivated, then you drunken rednecks should have looked and seen how you appeared and where you were and how you were appearing where you were. The people on the riverboat waiting 45 minutes to get in. Guess what the vast majority of people on that black were? On that, I just said it. The vast majority of people on that boat were African American. Bruh, are you shitting me? Grand Madam, terror, karma. I freaking agree. 100%. And all of that stuff that went down, bottom line, the only thing maybe that might not be a misdemeanor, the chair. Other than that, all that shit that went on, they're going to be out of jail. Plus, I done read somewhere where celebrities talk about it. Black people go to jail, I will pay to bail them out. I was having a moment when I read that. I'm just going to be... Now, all of this is good and fine. All of this is good and fine. Hang on. I'm going to get the comments, and then I'm going to hit y'all with the ooh-wee moment. Yep, Slaveport. The Blue Short Boys. Blue Shirt Boys was on point. Aqualad swam over putting in work. Or as I like to refer to him, Shaquille O'Gills. Anyway, I got a bunch of them. Anyway, it's never one-on-one versus us. Give you that black fist right there. The brother was the first mate of the tour boat. Boom. And he took it upon himself to do what? His damn job. I got to get this area clear for the riverboat. At the end of the day, that's what he was doing. Any ass whooping that went on his part will be justified. Period. That's the only person I see in that situation that shouldn't a damn thing happen to him. He was doing his job. 1, he was defending himself. 2, Done. What you gonna do with that cat? Charge it to the game. I think about all black men and women that died from a racist white mob, bruh. Red fucking Summer was the only thing going through my head when I was watching that footage. Yeah. And I had to calm myself down. Because I don't want nobody to die. But it's like, bruh, y'all trying to bring back the old days. We ain't having that. You know what I'm saying? Man. This is not 1957, y'all. It ain't. We are not finna go run. This is not fucking Selma. We are not gonna be dispersed and run. Nah, we dropping dogs, man. If all men created equal according to their constitution, all men can get their ass whooped when they step out of line. Period. Now, here's the thing that I want to bring y'all attention to. Ray Smith said, "Black woman." I got Michael B. Phelps. Not Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Phelps. Little Namor. Anyway. Scuba Gooding Jr. I likes that one. Supposedly there was a ceremony honoring the ancestors earlier that day. Yes, a group of African American women talk about setting the atmosphere, as they say in church. Let's set the atmosphere. Atmosphere got set like a mug. He was more Kid the Tumor, Yellow Manta, Al B. Swim Ashore. That's a better one because he likes him. But anyway, yeah, I said we was gonna do this. We was gonna have fun with it. But let me bring your attention to something that you may not have thought about, or that's not going to come into your head until I bring it there. This incident united us. This incident united us in a way that I have never seen in my life. And with the possible exception of Grand Madam Tarot and Mr. Smith, I've been on this earth longer than most of the people in this chat. I have never seen us unite like that, in that way. Okay? Now, the OJ verdict, the riot behind the Rodney King verdict, we united. But we didn't unite like this. When Barack Obama was running for president, we united. But we didn't unite like this. All walks of life, African Americans, rich African Americans, middle class African Americans, poor African Americans, we were one people and one voice. Now, what I want to say about that is lightning in a bottle. Is it lightning in a bottle or is it a fucking storm? Do we want it to be lightning in a bottle or do we want it to be a storm? We have to stay united. Ashura, don't do that. What I'm saying is keep it going. What I'm saying is Find opportunities to see eye to eye with your people. Find opportunities to see the good in people. Find reasons to perform random acts of kindness for your people. We say we want, but then when it comes time for the wanting, we just kind of slow down real close to the finish line. This is all kinds of fuel for stand-up comedians. This is all kinds of fuel for people like me who do social media. But you know what else is fuel for? Change. It ain't gonna change unless. We can't stand around waiting for another motherfucker to do it. We were standing around waiting for Malcolm and Martin to do it. You see what happened? Stop standing around waiting on stuff. Make that shit happen. Period. And that's how I feel about it. That's how I've always felt about it. Not waiting. Oh, when we going? When we going? Is it go time yet? Let's go. And that go time ain't always got to be with your fists. Go time can be with your money. Go time can be with your time. Go time can be with your experience, your knowledge. What Tupac say? I may not be the one to spark change in this world, but I will spark the brain. That'll be the one that'll spark. I'm paraphrasing, but I'll be the one that sparks someone who sparks change in this world. Be the change you want to see. Encourage the change you want to see. Teach the change you want to see. Don't sit around and talk about everything's fucked up. It's fucked up because ain't nobody doing nothing about it. Because we sitting around mired in our status quo. We sitting around mired in our colonization. We sitting around mired in this modern day slavery that is like programmed us because we're raised to accept. Oh, that's just how they are. That's just how it's gonna be. No, it doesn't have to be like that. Doing nothing, do something. If you're doing something, do more of it. What does the Bible say? Don't get weary in well doing. Don't get tired. Nobody said it's easy. I tell my children all the time, nothing worth having is easy to obtain. What y'all talking about in the comments? If only we could unite more. I was talking to my neighbor yesterday about how that united us. Absolutely agree. Salute, brother. We need catalyst moments like this to truly affect change. Or, Kamoyo, create those catalyst moments. And the favorite thing our people like to do is scoff and talk about and hate on people who are trying to create catalyst moments. If somebody's trying to create a catalyst moment, look at that catalyst moment and see if that's something you want to see. Don't just get on the bandwagon. Forget that. I ain't doing that. They always talk about. It shouldn't only be through fighting in all other things as well. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Tiger. That's exactly what in all things. If this united us and galvanized us because we had to get up and throw down for what we wanted, you throw down in all areas. You let them know we are not to be messed with. We not to be messed with on the streets. We not to be messed with while we chilling. We not to be messed with in the halls of law. We not to be messed with anywhere. If you do that, change. Change is like a birth. It hurts. But the result is beautiful and something you want to cherish for the rest of your life. Kamoyo kid, you just said what I was thinking. Folks get afraid and keep their heads down. We don't need them ostriches. We don't. Let them keep their fucking heads in the sand. I ain't gonna do nothing to them. I ain't gonna talk crazy about it, but I ain't gonna try to make them do nothing they don't want to do. But when something happens, don't get mad at me when it's changed and you didn't do nothing to affect it. You were just on the sideline and didn't want to get your ass on the front line. Don't say nothing to me when stuff changed and you like, well, hey, but I want to, hey. Grand Madam, if you notice, those black folks, with the exception of a few, were at least 40 and over. Boomers and millennials united. Hey, if we ain't teaching our kids what's real, if we gonna let them fall into this bullshit DeSantis universe where everything was hunky-dory and there was never no fucking slavery, man, shame on you as a parent, a mentor, or a teacher. If you are not teaching the truth, that's not a good look on you. I mean, I get it if you're like an actual teacher and they tell you got to teach this curriculum or you're getting fired. That's a tough one. Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, what's your personal integrity tell you? If that's what you feel like you need to do, okay. But can we differentiate between what we teach and what we believe? I don't know. There are a lot of things that people just go with because they know that if they don't go with it, it's going to be problems, or they pay my salary or some shit like that. But like I always say here, man, I'm about the truth. I'm about what's right. I'm about what's fair. If we're not getting truth, we're not getting fairness, we're not getting righteousness, man, we got to stand up and throw down for that shit. Because ain't nobody else going to do it for us. We've already seen that. You know, everybody else come into our neighborhood and prosper except us. Why? Because we ain't united. We too busy fucking praying on each other. I got homies that was gangbangers, but I think that is some of the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. You helping them do their job. You helping them. See what cuz. Now, I ain't making fun. Don't nobody tell no Crips on me and get me jumped. All I'm saying is, think about it. All them people that you killing or potentially killing or crippling that look like you over a street. Over narcissistic views. You know, Crips and Bloods could be our army. Disciples, vice lords, folks, they could be our army. Not somebody we got to avoid, go around the block. Oh, you can't go down that block. Oh, they Crips down there. Oh, them Bloods over there. Them could be warriors, man. They could be our Hatuts. Has that ever crossed anybody's mind? Crips and Bloods got enough. They got enough guns, don't they? But I digress. What I'm talking about here, it's got to make sense to everybody, or it ain't gonna make sense to nobody. Diabolical said, to get a point across, one must speak the language in a way the oppressor understands, and that they can be in the form of withholding money and stop turning the cheek. Kamoyo say, glad my grandma pulled me away from street life. Fortunately and unfortunately for me, I had to see people die before I realized that that wasn't where I wanted to be, and that I was wasting my intellect, and that I was wasting my gifts trying to be something that I wasn't. Tales from the Hood broke that down masterfully when it came to the breaking down of doing them a favor regarding gang activities, etc. Well, I've heard it a lot of places. People who don't want you to fall by the wayside will tell you that. Yeah, I remember Rosalind Cash, beautiful woman, rest in power. We can't let them. We can't. That's something we really got to work on. Is stop doing they damn work for them. You know what I'm saying? Them go back to Africa types, and them ones that say, and here's and real quick before I get off of this, just want to give you statistics. Okay, generally, you can go to the Pew Institute. That's a site. They do nothing but stats. Black on black crime in this country, 88%. White on white crime in this country, 83. How far is 83 from 88? Not very far, is it? But the media always throws black on black crime, black on black crime, black on black crime in your face. So you think that's all there is. You don't live in the trailer park, but people dying in the trailer park. You don't do meth, but people who do meth are dying. Who do you think's doing that? Ain't no black people coming in the white neighborhood and killing them, and they're dying. We don't give senseless white death the attention that we give senseless black death. If you know better, you do better. That's the best I can summarize it. And I didn't mean to turn this into a sermon, y'all. This is supposed to be fun. Let's talk about hip hop. Let's change the subject. I said my piece. I told y'all I wasn't going to go into it all like that, man. Thank you, Mr. Stiegel. I have said this many times, and I've said it on a few videos. Opportunity, proximity, and situation. What kind of situation you in? What kind of opportunity you got to change it? How close are you to changing it? Case your house a little bit, learn your patterns, and then you take off, break in and steal all your shit. Nowadays, we don't even wait till you go. Us kicking in doors. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when you know better, you do better. But, before I forget, y'all, action figuring coming soon. Y'all need to support my action figurines. A lot of y'all don't watch my action figurines. I know you don't really care, but I'm not going to stop doing them. So y'all should start watching them. Those of you that are watching them, tell some more people they need to watch them. This has been a public service message from Be Real with D Real. All rights reserved. Yes, Hip Hop Day is tomorrow, Kamoyo, August 11th. Hip Hop Day is also Mrs. Real's birthday. So I have a lot to celebrate. Actually, I've been celebrating hip hop all month, and I celebrate my missus every day. So it's special, but I got to do stuff to make it super special. But now, as far as hip hop, here's the thing with hip hop, y'all. I'm wanting to know, in honor of hip hop, skills or gimmicks? Do you prefer skills or gimmicks? Catchy hooks? Banging ass beats? What makes your hip hop music to you? Because there are hip hop artists that I listen to faithfully. There are hip hop artists I won't even give a time of day because they ain't representing the 5 elements. If you ain't representing the 5 elements, and that's how it was laid out. You know what I'm saying? That's what we said hip hop was. It's the MCing. It's the DJing. It's the break dancing, and it is the graffiti and the spirit. Whatever that is. God, the source, Jesus, whatever that is to you, is that fifth element. If that ain't in it, it ain't hip hop. You see what I'm saying? So I don't like to come down on the newer generation because there are truly some young artists that understand this. And they try to adhere to what the forefathers of hip hop have laid out for them. Unfortunately, it becomes a question of if these young artists are trying to find their way, or are they desecrating what the forefathers left for them to inherit? Have we tried to listen to any young artists? And if so, because I know I asked this last week, like, so some young hip hop artists that y'all listen to. A lot of people said Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. That's cool, but check this out. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are getting ready to be old pretty soon. Think about it. What's new when it comes to music? What's new? What do we consider new? As you get older, new becomes a longer and longer time period. Whereas when you was 20, in your 20s and teens, and you was listening to hip hop music, stuff you heard last month, you considered old. So what's really old? What are we talking about over here? I'd be too jealous sometimes watching them action figuring. love you, bro. Love you. Love you. But you watch it anyway. Anyway, hip hop, Cold Tiger say skills and lyrics. Kamoyo Kid says storytelling. These will say facts on the elements, always lyrics, skills, storytelling. Kamoyo Kid say give me a good story over a good track and I am happy. We'll come back to that. Desecration most foul. A lot of newer acts dumb it down on purpose. These will say I basically stop with them when it comes to new artists. I'll check out new R&B artists over new rappers. That's fair, D. That's fair. Diabolical say I tried listening to the new stuff. The mumbling nursery rhymes laced with profanity makes me feel stupid afterwards, so I don't. That is a legitimate argument. But now, Diabolical, I counter with this. NWA, Ice Cube, DJ Quick, King T, J.O. Felony, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit. Every single artist I named got filthy lyrics. Now, I get it. Is it just these youngsters being nasty? Or is it the natural evolution of what we wrought? I'm going to make you think. You come in my live, I'm going to make you think. We just ain't in here kiki and all that. I'm going to make you, edutainment is what I do. That ain't just some shit I dreamed up. I mean, it is, but it ain't. And I'm caffeinated. My kid said, if I see one more child pointing gun fingers every 5 seconds, I'm going to get my chair. This current cipher been whack in recent years. Okay. Do we encourage the artists we love or loved to continue making new material? And when they do make new material, do we go, oh, that's great? Or do we go, oh, that shit ain't bomb like it used to be? Because I'm going to tell you something. LL Cool J does more for hip hop and gets less credit for it than anybody I've ever seen in fucking hip hop. All because niggas is jealous that the ladies love the man. That ain't got nothing to do with that man's skill. That ain't got nothing to do with as many battle raps as that brother been in. That ain't got nothing to do with the albums he's dropped that was banging. His first 3, boom, all good. The next 3, but he was still in there. And he kept dropping stuff. If y'all don't give no love to E40, that man got damn near 30 albums to his credit. I think he do got 30. I think he dropped the 29th one last year. And now, I mean, technically, if you count the project that he's doing with Cube, Short, and Snoop, I got $19 for a lap dance, but I only got $1 for a cigarette. Man, he been dropping stuff make you think. Man, the story Scarface tell, bruh, come on, man. What we think about? Did I get some shit going? There's a huge difference between when Trina, Lil' Kim were on top compared to their replacements. Ratchet Factor is cranked up to 9,000. And that's my point, D. Are they trying to outdo what inspired them? Or are they just inspired by them and they took it to another level? How come Lil' Kim ain't came to them and said, hey, y'all need to do this like this? You know what I'm saying? Because Kim was nasty, but Kim was nasty. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. Queen Bitch on that hardcore album. If Peter Piper picked him, I bet you Biggie bust on my name. Boy, she was going in on that song, man. Oh my goodness. She said she gonna stay that big. So is that kind of stuff influential? Hell yeah. Megan, Cardi, Nicki, they all got their swag from Foxy and Ken. And if they say they didn't, they lying. Fody Water, my boy too, man. Fody Water be darn it. You know what I'm saying? And I used to live in Vallejo, so I actually seen him in that Cutlass pull up to the grocery store one time. And I was like, that was back in the click days, but they do this stuff because the Caucasian industry promotes it. Yet another reason why we need to unite. Stop fooling with them. Get her on. That's what everybody else does. Can't nobody say nothing about K-pop. That's just terrible to me. I hate it. But you can't do nothing about it. Because that's all them. That's a them project. Korea said, we gonna make our own shit. Fuck y'all. And folks is eating it up. I don't know what's wrong with it because there's a lot of them killing themselves, but I mean, it is what it is. Bruh. Let me see. Why I put these things to say. Mainstream pushes that over content with substance. This recent BET, man, Don't talk to me about the BET Awards. Now, we want to talk about some ratchet being turned up to 9,000. Basically, all our award shows are ratchet AF. That's why I was done. I was done. You know what I'm saying? The salute, the 50-year salute, that's about it. Nothing else. The rest of that. Matter of fact, I didn't even see the rest of it because I got tired of it. I couldn't finish watching it. I couldn't. I'm just like, really? Is this what hip hop has become? You know what I'm saying? And I know some of them artists from our era are looking at them folks that's out there now, and they just like, ew. You know what I mean? I talk to my daughter all the time about hip hop because my daughter, she's 25. My daughter, she's heavy into like her era. And when she comes over and we sit around and we listen to them, they already know, she's raised on hip hop music. So, she knows the foundational stuff. She knows what the foundation is. And yet she chooses, to kind of blaze her path and speak up for her generation and say, well, this is this, and this. Well, that XXL class that came out that had Kodak Black and 21 Savage and Future and all of them, and they was all in a cipher. If you really want to call that a cipher, not one fire lyric out of the bunch. But then I listen, and they're a generation that, and I hope this makes sense. They're a generation that will act like they got some sense when it suits their needs, but most of the time it doesn't suit their needs. Because I actually heard, and I'm not caping, but I actually heard some 21 Savage songs that there was some lyrical content in it that kind of made sense to me. So I was like, so what's the deal with that other shit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kamoyo know what cipher I'm talking about. I'm like, oh, are y'all rapping? Is that rap? Is that a cipher? If that's a cipher, everybody in it needs to be stabbed in the jaw. You know what I mean? Because that is that. And they were just so pleased with themselves. They were so happy. I was just like, and that shit went viral for all the wrong reasons. Not because they were spitting, but because they wasn't. That, and I don't want to sit here and say, because what do they have to inspire them or draw on? When you listen to these youngsters talk in interviews and stuff, do they say, this cat inspired me to rap, or that cat inspired me to rap, or I was just listening to rap music and I decided I wanted to do that too? Lil Yachty. Okay, y'all. Okay. Let's just celebrate. Let's take the good with the bad and celebrate. Okay? Let's just say some things in hip hop have remained and survived, and some things have not. We can call it evolution or de-evolution, whichever one. Ultimately, music is a choice. I would recommend supporting the people that you like. A lot of people still dropping albums. A lot of people still dropping albums. You know what I'm saying? Give that Mount Westmore a listen. It's got 4 of my favorite rappers on it. So even if it ain't to your liking, you supporting what you believe is true hip hop. Oh, and by the way, I saw there's footage of the Rock the Bells festival on YouTube. Pull it up, man. Method Man and Redman, in my opinion, put on the best performance I've seen out of all of the stuff I saw. They did that shit, and the crowd was loving it. But yeah, if you can, then Method Man and Redman and Slick Rick, bruh. Slick Rick had a gold medallion like this, bruh. He had a gold medallion. It was literally that big. The chain was like right there, and that shit was hanging like that. I'm like, boy, these youngsters ain't gonna get Rick. Rick said, I am the gold chain god. Y'all are not outdoing me on gold chains. He went and changed. He had on an outfit with red highlights and that big dookie rope and a big Price is Right medallion. And then he went back in the back and put on a different set of chains. I was like, damn, Rick. Boy, Rick must got money. Rick must got money. But I ain't saying that it was that the others was whack. I'm just saying I enjoyed Meth and Red the most. They put on a show. I mean, them cats danced. They acted a fool. They spit hot fire. Okay. Remember the song off of their album, Y-O-U? Boom, boom, boom. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. Man, what they would do when they start busting their verse at a certain point in the butt, because you know when they rap, it's my baby mama, it's your honor, and sucking their finger fucking man. And then he cut the music and he was still spitting with no music behind it. And then the music came on and he came right back on beat. And then Red did it. Bruh. They was out there clowning. Redman did Time for Some Action. Method Man did Method Man. Woo! Hey, you get off my cloud. You don't know me and you don't know my style. They was doing it, man. They was doing it. They took me back. I thoroughly enjoyed their performance, man. Thoroughly. Yeah, Red and Meth, they compliment each other. They compliment, and I don't know if anybody caught it, but Method Man said that Redman was an honorary member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Y'all need to put him on an album then, damn it. Don't just give him honorary status and don't put him on an album. Okay, whole festival was fire. I agree for the most part. A lot of them was lip syncing though. I didn't like that. Meth and Red was always dope together. Yes, they were from day one, bro. I copped the rappers I like that are still doing it. When is Big Daddy Kane dropping something? Soon. Called Big Daddy Kane on an interview on Sirius XM. He's getting ready to drop another album soon. So I'm looking for that too, man. You talk about lyricists, bro. Now, top 5 lyricists, we talking about top 5 lyricists, mug who can spit hot lyrics, he's in there for me. I remember that joint. You? Yeah, who's the shit, nigga? Who's the trick, nigga? Come on. That keep bouncing. Boy, I used to have that joint knocking. These OG MCs stay popping overseas. LL wants to keep that energy here too. Yeah, because, and that's why he's doing the Force Tour. Fundamentals of a really creative energy. Each city is a different lineup of artists. So it's in your area. Check out that Force Tour. It sounds like it's going to be boom. I'm waiting for him to get to Seattle because I may dip down there and try to catch him in Seattle. Ooh, girl, you nasty. Yeah, that's the one, Gray. BBC. Ooh, girl, you nasty. That was my joint. That whole album was actually banging, man. I love that joint. They did like a couple cuts off of that album too. They ended with the Rock Wilder. And that's the perfect song for them to end on. It was Dizzop. Dre Mac, what's good, baby boy? Go Chiefs. Shit, you ain't said nothing. You ain't said nothing. Man, you gonna make me but yep, I'm doing it. Put on for my city. Put on for my city. See, Dre coming in the building, man. You gonna make me put on my dookie. Yeah. Cause that's how we do's it in the town. If y'all want it, y'all gotta come take it. I was talking to somebody on X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it. Big Will. Me and him was talking. And he was I could tell he was kind of getting in his feelings. He was kind of getting in his feelings because he a Philly fan. Oh, if we had we coulda, shoulda, woulda, my dude. Bring it this year. We play them in December. Let's see what happens then. Okay, I'm with it. Let's go. Let's get it. You know. Let me see. When Essence Fest had super lounges, they had all the hip hop legends. Used to be better than the main stages. I gotta get down there to the Essence Fest, man. You gonna put me up if I come down for the Essence Fest, man? You gonna put me up? Or show me where a good Airbnb is? I don't want to get shot. Yo, hour 51. Yeah, I remember when he used to have them overseas, have them in the Virgin Islands and in the Caribbean. That's where it was. They was in the. I watched that one, the one special we had. It was in the Caribbean. So, oh yeah, I'm with something like that too. Let me know. I get down. Let me know when. Okay. Like I said, hour 50. We're gonna spend the last 10 minutes doing Q&A. So now, Jay, if you're still in the building, we can run that question back. Let me put my swag back where it belongs, and we're gonna wrap this up if y'all ain't got nothing. Plus, I gotta get ready for Miss Lady's graduation here, man. In a minute, man. We're gonna be taking off here in a little bit. But Q&A, y'all. Q&A. Run it. Whatever y'all got for me. Whatever you got for me. Bring it. What's good? What's happening? Which matter of fact, let me back up in and see what Jay was asking about earlier. See, I ain't forgot. There it is. He said, D-Real, have you started the new Blade run? And do you think he's going to new heights in popularity? Didn't we already go through this? Didn't we already go through this? It's a very good story so far. I mean, the initial, they getting right into it. I'm getting motion picture Blade vibes off of this new run of Blade. I don't like Bloodline. I don't like Bloodline. His daughter, I don't like that one. But this new one they got is just Blade. It looks like they're trying to get back to the roots of making. See, Jay wasn't in the live last week, D. So he didn't see me talk about the book. So why didn't y'all say something in the comments? We already went over this. That's a dumb question. No question's a dumb question. It was just a rehashed question. Sure. But sure didn't ask no questions. Strangely enough. He just came in hollering like he always do. But it's all good. Yeah, that's the energy I got off it. I picked up the first issue and I'm like, I ain't picking up two. If y'all just, yeah. Why? Okay, I guess that's the trend now to make a female version of a male character. I would like to see somebody be ballsy enough to make a male version of a female character. How about the Scarlet Warlock? Sunstone, the opposite of Moonstone. we got everything. I love to see a male storm. What would we call a male storm? Tempest? Don't know. But yeah, why don't y'all get out there and start doing that? Speaking of which, my boy Marcus Williams, he did a series of variant covers for different comic books back in, I want to say 21, 22, something 20 or 21. And it was in the month of October, and it was called Swaptober. And he did just that very thing. Female versions of traditionally male characters. And so, and that was and he did a male version of Storm, and it was kind of cool looking because he did a male Storm in the white suit. So, yeah. Maelstrom, says Kamoyo Kid. But isn't there already a villain called Maelstrom? Don't remember that guy? Fought the Avengers, had henchmen. Yeah, Maelstrom is a Maelstrom. That's a cool play on words, but we'd have to find a way to get rid of the actual Maelstrom who's in Marvel Comics right now. I agree, Grand Madam. That is a cool sounding name. Maelstrom. that actually works. That actually works. The only female versions that have worked for me is She-Hulk and X-23. What other? Well, no, I'm saying a male version of a female character, not a female version of a male character. She-Hulk and X-23 are female versions of a male character. I'm talking the opposite. Just because it's a male version of a female character doesn't mean they have to have any kind of proclivities. They could just be the male version of that female character. Oh, Bloodline. Yeah. That's not a good version. Well, it could be if they did something different with her. But what I saw going on, I was like, nah, you know, $3.99 for you. I was the comic Nazi. No $3.99 for you. Not today. We will not be buying any more of these issues. Let's say you say Black Widow, but Winter Soldier is already the male Black Widow. I guess so, huh? Need a cooler name. No more Q&A, kids? Everybody done Qing and Aing? Okay. All righty. I do like that Maelstrom name, though. $3.99 for meh products. Not your boy. All right. We good now? Okay, I see y'all dropping off anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. Look here, y'all. This is gonna be my next action figuring. I'm gonna do an action figuring on Monet St. Croix. Um, a big up for anybody who could tell me her full name without Googling. She's got a long one. And she is a citizen of Monaco, which means she's French. Anyway, I'm gonna do an action figuring on this right here, and I'm gonna be doing a recommended reading on this one. And that is what I am going to have coming up in the days. You can't spell her full name without looking it up. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, she's got about 6 names that make up her full name. But that's neither here nor there. What I am going to do, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, 6:35, y'all. Yeah. What I am going to do, hey, do y'all think I should do a live on Sunday? Do y'all want, if I do a live on Sunday, are y'all going to tune in for it? Anybody that's still in here that didn't run out? No? Yeah? Maybe? Death verse. Whoa. Death. Oh no. Monsoon or downpour? I'd workshop that one, Mr. Verse. Monsoon and downpour, those names seem to denote something about water. And an omega class mutant who can control weather should not just have a water based name. You know, that's just my opinion. You can do what you want to do, but I'm just saying. Okay, Gray say cool. Cold Tiger say yes. So it's only gonna be 2 people in my Sunday live. Sunday, if I do it, I will probably do it sometime in the afternoon because I have moved my improv group's rehearsal to Mondays now. So now I can do, you know what I'm saying, stuff on Sunday if I need to do stuff on Sunday. We're going to try live out. I will give y'all all the heads up before I drop in and do it. But yeah, we're gonna rock that then. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on Sunday. So tune in for the action figuring and recommended reading. I might drop a couple more things in there. I think we're about done talking about the sweet tea party and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I appreciate Gray Doth Verse. Am I saying that right? Doth Verse. Okay. As ever, the ever incomparable Gray, Mighty D Steezel, the incredible Kamoyo Kid, the fantastic Grand Madam Tarot, the incomparable Dre Mac. I'm running out of adjectives. The amazing Theo B. The mighty diabolical nerd. The inevitable Mr. Smith. And Cold Tigers and Zoltars and Paul Martins and everybody who is in here. I just want y'all to know, because I know Theo does it and he points it out. We have a family of channels that we rock with, or that are allies, that are friends, that I think everybody likes me that deals with me. I'm pretty pleasant. But yeah, if you rock with me, that means you rock with Theo B. And if you rock with me and Theo B, then you need to rock with Back of the Buzz Squad. You need to rock with Chillmonger. You need to rock with Blue. You need to rock with Nico. You need to rock with who else? Dre Mac, who is in the chat right now. You need to rock with Dre Mac. You need to pick all of them up You need to rock with Kaiser Coast Slevin if you want an anime tip. We always shout each other out. This is just something we do. And I need to get on board with it because these are cats that I show love to and who show me love. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we all rocking with each other, that uniting, coming together. I'm practicing what I preach. Okay, so like I said, if you rock with me, go ahead and subscribe to all of those folks. If you have not already, they all have content, and we all are Black Panther heavy, and we are all lovers of diversity and characters that should get airplay, should get respect, but don't. And our other little crazy idiosyncrasies that we like to do on our videos. So rock with us. Please rock with us. Please rock with us. That's my time. I got to bounce. I got things I got to do. People I got to see. Promises I got to keep. So I'm about to slide, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. That's it. I'm done. But fret not. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.